Welcome back, guys, to another video. So the Dark Horse SC has been revealed. What are my thoughts? I think that the car actually looks amazing. I may be in the minority here. Everyone was hoping for a 7.3 with a manual or a manual option, but to be frank, I kind of foresaw this coming. I definitely thought that they would use the 5.2 liter, which they did, and they used the dual clutch. But I also understand a lot of the people's concerns regarding this platform because it is essentially a S650 version of the GT500 S550, which honestly I don't think is a bad thing because the S550 GT500 was a phenomenal car. There's no denying that. The build capacity for what you can do with that Predator engine is just unbelievable. So keeping that and putting it in the S650 Dark Horse SC, I definitely think is a great option. So right now we don't know official numbers. It's between 760 horsepower and 810 because that's what the GTD has. So I would probably assume that it has anywhere between 780 to 790, which is still crazy for a street car. With the dual clutch, it makes it absolutely phenomenal. And so far there are a few packages you can get. There's going to be a carbon track package, which gets you the bigger wing, more aggressive aero, carbon wheels, and then there's a teal accent package, which I think looks awesome with the blue and teal. That's my favorite color scheme. I think that looks awesome. And the number one thing is pricing. Pricing hasn't been released. It has a very big margin between the Dark Horse and the GTD, but I've read sources online that it's anywhere going to start around 90 to probably 105,000 USD, which unfortunately puts it in a realm that's not attainable for most Mustang people, myself included. I would love to have one of these cars, but at the same time, shelving out 150 grand, 170 grand Canadian for this car, getting an allocation, it's not very feasible. Also, I'm a manual guy, so I definitely love having a manual Mustang, so I wouldn't be happy to give that up. Although the dual clutch is fantastic. The Dark Horse SC stands for Supercharged, of course. Doesn't sound as cool as GT500, but everyone knows that that partnership with Ford is now done. And I'm actually happy it's Dark Horse SC over something like Dark Horse Boss, because I think that's just combining too many Ford moniker names, and I don't think that sounds as good. The front end, completely revised, has the wide body. The hood looks fantastic. One of my favorite additions is probably this hood. The new Recaro seats are fantastic. There's a built-in duckbill, which adds to that whole unique aggression in the rear end of the vehicle. Obviously, we have the new vertical exhaust tips, quad. From the video, it does sound really good. So do I think that this is a home run for Ford? Time will tell. But at the same time, I'm very happy that Ford is still offering a Super Mustang variant, and they didn't go the cookie cutter route that seems everyone's going, which is just whippling a 5-liter. They actually gave it the Predator engine, has unbelievable ceiling for when it comes to tuning, and I think that this is going to be an ultimate driver's car. Will it beat the ZR1? No, definitely won't. The ZR1 is in a class of its own. Just remember, the Mustang was never intended to compete with the Corvette. So I know everyone's comparing the two just because Ford's the last one making a muscle car and Chevy's making the Corvette, whereas Dodge is doing their thing with the inline six and Camaro is nowhere to be found. I do really hope to see that prices, we could be wrong, and maybe it might be a bit more attainable, but I find it hard to believe knowing that up here in Canada, that a Dark Horse with the equipped handling package can run you anywhere between 93 to 100,000 Canadian, depending on the options you go with. So I foresee this new SC being significantly more expensive than that. Who knows though, maybe the Dark Horse might come down in price because this is the more desirable model and the Dark Horse kind of trails in no man's land. But nonetheless, I'm very happy that Ford actually built this car, and we're going to be seeing more of it. Can't wait to see many different reviews on it, see it in the wild, maybe see one at one of the dealerships I do work for, And I think that it's a good looking car. No way around it. It has the components to be a super Mustang. Time will tell. But guys, I think we should take this as a victory in our book, because Ford is giving us a plethora of options. You can still can get an EcoBoost, whoever's getting that, and you can get the GT Performance package, you can get the Dark Horse, you can get the Dark Horse with the handling package, and now this variant, the Dark Horse SC, there's probably going to be two versions of it, one being the Carbon Track package edition, one without that. And so far from some of the footage I've seen, the one that doesn't have the Carbon Track pack does have this really cool wing. And I'm sure that the aftermarket is going to compensate and make a lot of these body kits and aero parts available to us little GT owners. And yeah, time will tell. So that's an update on the channel, the Dark Horse SC. I wanted to give you guys some insight. We have 250 subscribers, and I'm thankful to every single one of you guys who tap in, support the videos. We're going to keep grinding to get this channel as big as possible, relatable content, got Bronco content coming. So take care, have a fantastic weekend, and celebrate that the Dark Horse SC is a pretty sweet car.